and War and Peace in the life of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. So beautiful book. So in that he is trying to present normally refuting the Orientalists, stating that Islam was a warmongering religion. So he tried to argue reasons behind every battle, right? So what is the ruling on physical jihad, right, in Islam? So all the battles, important events in Seerah, it's been covered here, right, with the intention of showing the war and peace in the life of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ by Zakaria Bashir. You have Muhammad ﷺ's prophethood, reality or myth. You know, we have seen in the last break, I've given different types of books. You find about Seerah, one about the military battles, and some of the scholars, they have written about the proofs of prophethood, Dalail and Nubuwa, right? So if you remember. So this is that kind of book, proofs, giving dalil for the prophethood of Muhammad ﷺ. So it's not a narration type. The author is Abdul Radi M. Abdul Muhsin. Abdul Radi M. Abdul Muhsin. And this is the last of the prophets. To get a quick glance about the Seerah, maybe you can give it for the children, right? The facts, the timing, all those things in very short, in point wise. The complete Seerah, the short book, in a point wise, it's given, right? So it's compiled by Muhammad Sulaiman Salman Mansur Puri, the last of the prophets. Muhammad Sulaiman Salman Mansur Puri. Now, this one, biography of the Prophet ﷺ, by Sheikh Abdullah, right, who is a son of Sheikh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, right, is one of the classical works. It has been recently translated. It comes in 2 volumes. So basically, this is a fiqh, you can say fiqh Seerah, right? It's all based on the narration, authenticity of the narration, and the fiqh derived from it. So you won't find it like a story type, right? For example, he may talk about Kaaba, for example. So when he's talking about Kaaba in the beginning, then he will go to what happened after the death of Prophet ﷺ, how it was developed, Umar al-Khattab's time, what happened, you know, he'll go to that history there, and then again he'll come back. So it's all based on narration, what happened. So it comes in 2 volumes, mashallah, very good book, Sheikh Abdullah, biography of the Prophet ﷺ. And you have another biography of Prophet ﷺ, Prophet of Islam, in the light of original sources, in analytical study, by Dr. Mahdi Rizqullah Khan. So it is a reference book. It is a reference book. In the sense, in this book you will find, he will give all the narrations, and the footnote he will be giving, whether the particular narration sanad is, what is the status of that sanad, it is authentic or not. So what are the different narrations available you get in the Seerah, and what are the status. So it is not like you read and get interested in this one, but you can, alhamdulillah, you can read. At the same time, you'll come to know particular narration is authentic or not. And after every chapter he finishes, he gives morals, lessons and morals, what can be derived from that particular incident. It's in 2 volumes. It's 2 volumes, right? This book, How We Can Love Muhammad ﷺ, How to Love the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, by Nabil al-Mu'aj. So it's a good book, how love should be, or what do you mean by love, how companions love Prophet ﷺ. So you find a lot of narration related to that, hadiths and various books. But as we have told during the last break one, if you remember, one principle. What was the principle? Who attended the last break? Okay. So who remembers the particular principle with regards to Seerah books? Raise your hand, you'll get a prize if you tell the principle correctly. Important principle with regards to books of Seerah, where the student of knowledge should be careful about when you are reading Seerah books. What was that principle? Seerah book. Yeah. Actually, that Seerah book, it's about normally it's like a history. It's not about authenticity. In other words, the Seerah books which you read, it also has things which are authentic, things which are not authentic. So directly without analyzing, we should not derive things from Seerah, right? So you have to be very careful about that. So even in this one, how to love Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So you check up certain hadith narrations he gives. Sometimes he doesn't give the status. For example, when hadiths are given, if it is from Bukhari and Muslim, fine, we know that it's Sahih, authentic, no question asked. But hadith is referred from any other books other than Bukhari and Muslim, so it's better they give the status of that hadith, whether it's Hasan, right? So whether it's Sahih. So that kind of status is not given of certain narrations, right? So we have to make sure, right? So you have to read, but it's a mashallah really very good book, How to Love the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Author name Muad, Nabil al-Muad. And you have Life of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Highlights and Lessons. So by Dr. Mustafa Sibai. It's mashallah in a brief. He gives in a point wise what are the lessons you can derive from various incidents which happened in the time of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, right? In the Seerah of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. In a simple way you can derive lessons, all lessons from important incidents from Seerah. Then we have a Noble Life of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam by Dr. Ali Muhammad s.a.w. Though this comes in 3 volumes. So actually this is a thesis work, his PhD thesis work, by which he started with the Seerah of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to show that how Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam established an Islamic nation, how he formed. So how we train the companions, what are the aspects, what are the teachings which changed the companions, how they took the teachings from Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So all step by step, right? How he gave the tarbiyah to companions. So he gives in detail, mashallah. So very beautiful, and he gives various incidents happen, important incidents happen in the battles, and even after every chapter he gives the lessons and morals which we can derive from the book. Very beautiful book, mashallah. It's a 3 volumes. Author is Dr. Ali Muhammad s.a.w. So this is also the grand prize for those who come first for Seerah exams, inshallah. You can get the 3 volumes.